Natasha. So this is a very special night for us here in our congregation, our first ever BSL, British Sign Language, signed Shabbat service. And Vicky, we welcome you. This really feels a momentous and very poignant moment. Those of you at home can't see Vicky. We were just having Vicky sign for us in the sanctuary, but I think it will add something for our Shabbat service for sure. We are on page 75, where I'm going to invite Ellie to light candles in the sanctuary. And all of you who are at home, this is your moment to find your candles, transform your living room, your kitchen into your place of prayer tonight. This Shabbat is Human Rights Shabbat, so called from the Rene Cassin organization, following on from Rene Cassin himself saying those immortal words, "I would just be a bit happier if there was more justice in the world." And this whole Shabbat is permeated by us seeing ourselves just as part of the human family and what that means to fight, advocate, and really feel strongly about what justice and human rights look like. So that is our theme for our Shabbat. And as I said, we're honored to begin Shabbat with this BSL signed service to remind us of being the fullest community we can be. So I invite you to stand ready to light candles and to join Ellie and I in the blessing for the candles. And maybe as you do so, just a moment, an intention for you of what this Shabbat will mean. So if we say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. We go straight into Yedid Nefesh on page 78.
Yeah.
D, page 91, with the invitation for the last verse to stand up, face the door, welcome any latecomers, be able to actually, quite nice for us to welcome and say Shabbat Shalom to Michael and to Bobby and to, so that we welcome in our tech who really enable our Shabbat so much, and Edgar on welcome duty too. Having welcomed Shabbat and each other, let's move into prayer together. sit down. And how could I not, with Alison here in the sanctuary with us, offer the alternative Yotze Or by Rabbi Mark Solomon. So let me just read this poem and give us all an opportunity to just reflect on celebrating difference. You form light and create darkness. As time is a tapestry of day and night, our lives are a weaving of light and dark. Like a slow dawn, we discover who we are. Like twilight, we linger in doubt and anxiety. We endure nights of rejection by others and ourselves, and bright days of acceptance and joy in who we are. You make peace and create everything. We look around and see a world of endless change and diversity. As we rejoice in the variety of creation, we come to accept our own uniqueness. As we delight in our own uniqueness, we appreciate all human diversity and live at peace with ourselves and with all creation. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod, Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam, Leolam Va'ed. And you shall love the eternal God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you shall be on your heart, and you shall teach them to all your children, and you shall talk of them when you're sitting in your house, when you're walking walking by the way, lying down and getting up, and you shall write them on the doors of your house and upon your gates, upon your gates. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Le'ma'an tizkaru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yotem kadoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
So as we recall Moses, Miriam, and all of Israel offering this song at the Sea of Reeds, this moment of feeling a miracle had happened. The story tells us Pharaoh and his army tried to cross the sea and the sea came in, and an opportunity for us to think about the miraculous, the unexpected in our own lives as we sing Mi Chamocha with Natasha.
Mi chamocha b'yamim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh norah tehilot osei v'eleh, osei v'eleh. Mi chamocha b'yamim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh.
Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. So as always, we offer Hashkivenu as a prayer for Shalom Bayit, for peace, ease, calm in our own homes. We can't rely on being protected from illness and distress and sadness, but we offer this for each other and for ourselves on a Friday night together.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
Dahlia liked that one particularly. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol yoshvei tevel. So we stand, we're able, we're comfortable to do so for the tefillah, an opportunity to really reflect on the week that's passed, on the Shabbat that's coming, on what you need, on where your concern is, so that we sing together.
Adonai sefer tiftachu fi tehillah. Adonai sefer tiftachu fi tehillah. Eternal
melech ata Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ze Moshia Magen, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Machaye Meitim Ata Rab Lohoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShemesh Umorid HaTal. In your love you sustain the living. In your compassion you grant us eternal life. You support the falling, you heal the sick, you free the captive and keep faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of all strength? Who is your equal, sovereign author of life and death, whose will it is that goodness shall prevail? Trusting in you, we see life beyond death. We praise you, O God, source of eternal life. Kadosh ata v'nora shamecha, vein lanu Elohami baladecha, Baruch ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Now, as we sit down and we offer the Shamro, just those few lines that mark Shabbat and remind us why we mark Shabbat.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדור את ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדור את ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדור את ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדור את ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדור את ברית עולם.
We say blessing for having reached Shabbat. We're on the middle of page 100. Baruch ata Adonai, Makadesh HaShabbat. Eternal God, be gracious and kind to your people Israel. In your love, accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. And as we often remind ourselves to think of something we feel grateful for, something maybe that has happened this week or this past month, or something we are appreciative for, as we offer in Hebrew, Modim anachnu lach, she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu, leolam va'ed. Tzur hayenu magen yishenu, ata hu lador vador, Nodeh lachan saper tehilatecha, al hayenu hamsurim biyadecha, vi'al nishmotenu hapukutot lach, ועל ניסיך שבכל יום עמנו, ועל נפלותיך וטובותיך שבכל עת ערב ובוקר וצהריים. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות. Our evening prayer for peace. Shalom Rab.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasiyim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasiyim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasiyim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasiyim Le'olam. V'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasiyim Le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasiyim Le'olam. Tasiyim Le'olam. Tasiyim Le'olam.
So as we pause for a moment for silent prayer, poor Vicky has only had a tiny taste of what I might feel like giving us to reflect upon. But how could I resist that this week's parasha is of course Vayishlach, when after last week's and Jacob dreams of the ladder, this week Jacob wrestles with a stranger. And we aren't sure whether that stranger, is it an angel, a person of God, someone he encounters, or just another part of himself. And after that wrestling, Jacob's name is changed to Israel, which literally means Yisrael, to wrestle with God. And I think there's something so powerful for us as Jews and for us as folk that want to make meaning in our lives in the world, and none more so than this Shabbat as we see ourselves positioned in the wider world and community, is that sense that we are all made up of different parts of ourselves, and that wrestling goes along with our lives and how we live them. And just an opportunity tonight, this Shabbat, to think about what that means for us and what that name of being part of the Jewish community, Yisrael, the one who wrestles with God, means for you tonight. us go straight to Aleinu, page 520. Stand if you would like to join us standing as we offer this future prayer when the world might be better, might be easier, might be kinder than it is now.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו ליחד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושך יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת תהילות.
And on the other page, 521. ונאמר
והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
It has been extraordinary for us to have Vicky with us and to add that level of beauty, of sensory beauty to the service, to be able to watch Vicky and see these signs. It has been transformative for those of us in the sanctuary. Next time, perhaps it will be so for you at home. So we turn now, we stay standing, and we turn to Kaddish on page 524. And we think particularly this week of those who are mourning a loved one. So this week we think particularly that Molly Allison, who is joining us on our stream tonight, is mourning her boyfriend Mike Kahn, who died this week and whose funeral will be at the end of this weekend. Zichrono Livracha, may his memory be for a blessing. And we turn also to the death in our congregation of Anita Friedman, whose funeral took place on Tuesday. Zichrona Livracha, may her memory be for a blessing. May those in our congregation who recall and remember her be comforted in their loss. And then we turn to the yahrzeits that fall on this Shabbat. We think particularly of Adele Fantoni, wife of Renzo Fantoni, of Harry Rosen, father of Neil Rosen Webb, and of Philip Colby, father of Richard Colby. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And let us turn to the Kaddish prayer together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'hayachon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, Bagala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mavorach, lamei amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'tada v'talev talal shemed kudusha brichu. Leila min kol berchata v'shurata. Tushbahata v'nechemata. Da'amiram b'yama v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Ose shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. V'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru. Amen. So let's sit down and maybe wine will come out to those of us making kiddush from our seats. We are going to end our service. And I had asked Graziella to put on the kiddush table a bag of tea towels that need washing up, that do not look beautiful, but actually remind us that we as a congregation thrive on doing things for each other. So anyone that feels able to take those tea towels home, throw them in your washing machine and bring them back next time you're here, that will be fantastic for us. Thank you, Graziella, for putting them back on the table to remind someone to take them. I will take. But before we do that, we are going to close our service with Ma Yafeh Hayom, which literally, how beautiful is this day? Shabbat Shalom.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Vicky. So let's stand for Kiddush. Alison, your wife Peggy said take the tea towels home. So you've been volunteered tonight. So let's stand with wine if you have. I should have made it a surprise for you, Alison, right? So you can follow Kiddush on page 564.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahavav ratzon hinchilanu zikaron la'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom tehillah la'mikrayei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki banu b'charta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Nice grape juice.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, whether you are here as a visitor, regular, online, or here. We have some lovely baby chalot, which I think Zoe will choose to hand out to special guests as I cut the challah for us.